that makes me feel a lot better. Because it's like, oh, like we were just saying, I feel like level 3 next year is going to be 2, 2 is going to be 1, like part 2
Yeah,
is going to be like the second season of the previous level class. Like, this is a TV show. The pilot didn't quite take off, like, because yeah, we've done, I mean, if you ask my students right now, like if they have talked to anybody else but me, like,
no.
it's really embarrassing. And we're recording, so I said it. Like, because what are you gonna do? Like, you put them in breakout, like it's so hard, not impossible. So I know someone's gonna be like, well, I do it and I'm doing it great. Good for you. Love that for you. I'm not. So like, yay. But I mean, you put them in breakout rooms. I've got roomies like you, Fadi. I've got roomies and zoomies. So then you put like a roomie in charge and they're like, nobody's here. Katie's my partner and she's not answering. Because Katie's playing video games. Katie's asleep. She's literally unconscious. And right, she's not even like, it's not gonna, so then they like put him with somebody else. Now you've wasted 25 minutes just trying to figure out who's really on the call. It's a lot. So not the battle I'm gonna fight this year, but next year, I don't know. Oh, Katie, exactly. Like hearing them chew would put me over the edge. Over the edge. Seeing them eat and hearing them chew. Like, I don't even want to hear my own husband like breathe sometimes. I'm like, could you be breathing any louder? Can you be chewing any louder? He's like, yes, I can. God, yeah, no, this year's a lot. Yeah, well, welcome everybody. Now that you know how interpersonal's going, okay, it's not. I'm excited to chat with Fadi tonight because we've done so little interpersonal, but normally that's our thing. Like, I feel like last year I would have said like, finally it's taken 13 years, but I've gotten like really decent at a lot of different ways to get them. And then like, stopped. Literally zero. And it like, that's super embarrassing, but oh well. So I'm excited to have you guys here. If you haven't been before, my name is Meredith White. I teach Spanish 1 and 2 just outside of Atlanta. I don't know why I have to think about what I teach every time. It's like your phone number, like Spanish 1 and 2. And those are my favorites. We don't do any personal anymore. Yay. No, I'm kidding. But like this year, no. And we've been hybrid all year. So we've been roomies and zoomies. And for my school, it's about 80-20. 80% of the kids are online, about 20% are in person. So anywhere, this math isn't going to work out because I'm just going off of like the estimate, but give or take 5 to 8 students in the room every day for each class, and then like another 25 to 30 on Zoom. But that fluctuates. You literally never know who's going to be there. What a time to be alive. So that's exciting. And then next year we'll be fully, like the students have a choice, but we won't be teaching hybrid. Thank goodness. So, cause it's garbage. Like it's just the worst. So that's been a lot. That's kind of been the detriment of the interpersonal this year. Fadi, I can't remember where we met either. Actful, maybe? Do you remember?
Maybe Actful or
had to be
possibly Actful or Northeast is what's called.
Maybe Nextful. Yeah, maybe. Because you and I, so I'm in the Skolt region, Fadi's in the Central States region, and we both just go to other people's stuff. Like, what are you doing over here? What are you doing over here? Which is fun. Yeah, have to be, right? Anyway, one of the things.
Yeah, they are my favorite too, actually. The Central State and Northeast.
So good. Yeah, they're both so good and so different than each other, but they're really good. So I'm excited that you're here. Fadi, I know where you are. Will you tell us where you are and what levels you're teaching this year? And guys, same in the chat. You can stick in like where you are, what you're teaching or supervising.
So I teach Arabic at Limblom Math and Science Academy. It's a high school in Chicago public schools. So this is the end of my 13 years teaching Arabic. Actually, in my school, the funny thing, we only teach Arabic or Chinese.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, so the students have 2 choices, Arabic or Chinese.
Cool.
And when we asked the principal why we don't have Spanish, he said if we have Spanish, everybody will take Spanish and nobody will take Arabic and Chinese. But he has a point, because already most of this, we have a lot of students who graduated like 4 or 5 years of Arabic and Chinese. They have good jobs right now.
Right.
good
Wow.
job. Like they will, like for me, I have students right now working in embassies and security of state and stuff like that, you know. So it's good. It was good for them. And I have students actually in the United Emirates, in Qatar, because they have they know Arabic. They will go there to teach English, but because of they know Arabic, they will find jobs.
Oh man.
So this is my actually I finished my degree in special education,
Mm.
a master's degree in special education. So when I went to apply for a job fair, they asked me, "Do you speak Arabic?" They told me, "It's my first language." So that's it. I'm teaching Arabic for the last 13 years right now. Like I said, so because I didn't I don't teach like I didn't finish like degree in language in university, so I attended many workshops, many like I'm very active on these things. Central State always, Actfil. I went to Actfil for the last 12 years. So actually I am right now with the Arabic SIG for in Actfil.
Right.
Also, right now I am also the president of the Arabic Teacher Council in the United States.
I didn't know you were president of the council. Oh
I
wow.
am Arabic SIG and yes, I am the
Awesome.
because they ask me because I'm very active. So I
Right.
have a lot of Facebook groups, a lot of WhatsApp groups. We'll
Right.
talk about it right now, and I have a lot of like we have Arabic language chat on
Right.
Twitter.
Right.
Yeah,
Cool.
yes, Arabic SIG. You are fast, brother. Oh
I
my
am
god.
I found the links.
Yes, like, this is yeah.
Absolutely. Bring it
So,
on. Name some more stuff. Name some more. No.
so
Yeah.
this is about me.
Mhm.
Like Marissa said, last year it was very hard, especially for the interpersonal speaking. So I always, right now, I will share the presentation, but I thought of ideas in order to force my students to speak with other people, and
Yeah.
especially, and I want my main point on speaking interpersonal is to be authentic, like talk with other people
Right.
like without planning or sometimes with the planning, but because of that I had a lot of a project in the past 10 years, especially virtual exchange project. So
Mm,
this is the main I like let me share. You want me to start?
please go for it.
Okay, let me share the screen. We use Google Meet, not
Oh my God. I would be, we're, I would be a
no,
disaster
we
on
cannot
Google
use
Meet.
Zoom.
I don't know what it does.
We cannot use you can see let me see home.
That
Okay.
desktop is a lot.
Yeah. So I want to see the present. What is this? No, no, not this one.
Oh,
I
I
can.
can see now. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Boop.
Okay. You see it?
Yes, perfect.
So okay. So first I will talk about. So in my school, so I cannot see any. Let me see. I can see everyone. Okay, I see some people. So performance so these are the performance indicators that we use to grade our students. We have our school is a proficiency-based learning school.
Mm,
So we only grade for the summative assessment
mm,
or for summative or formative assessment. And we have 5 performance indicators. We have interpersonal speaking, we have in presentational speaking, presentational writing, reading and listening. So these and the students will be graded based on these performance indicators. Usually in regular year, in every semester, we'll have 2 or 3 summative assessments for each performance indicators.
okay.
And usually I will tell the students, okay, this is the summative assessment. I have to announce it because already most of the time it's formative assessment, and there is no grade for it.
Mhm.
We don't have a grade for homework. We don't have a grade for participation.
Yeah.
Sometimes this is good, but some like I feel it right now because already it's online. It's bad because already the students they know that they don't have to like participate and stuff like that. So these are the my performance indicators, and all of these are taken from Actville, like you know the can do statements, everything, and stuff like that.
Cool.
Okay. Do you like? And also, I'm sorry. If you have any question, you can ask me anything. Like you can stop me. You can ask right now at the end of the class, stuff like that. At the end of the class, I mean, at the end of the presentation.
Class. It's the same.
Okay. So first, so let's start with my favorite. This is my favorite things to do. Interpersonal speaking, Flipgrid. Like most of you, they use it for presentational speaking. For me, I use it for the, this way I use it for the interpersonal speaking. So I wanna share, then I share with something, share it. I will start, let me start. Okay. Let me see. I want to go to that. Okay. So what I did for, so like I said, I try to like do an authentic opportunities for my students. So I did an WhatsApp group. I contacted many teachers in the States and we started a project together. It's called the Flipgrid Exchange Project. This is for, we have for intermediate level and we have for novice level. So then, so like if I wanna show you here. No, I'm sorry. So we have almost, I am part, like we have almost 7 high schools, but 7 high schools with me doing this project.
Oh wow.
And if you look, we like usually when you create, I don't know if you use Flipgrid, they are the co-pilots with me. So all of these teachers,
Cool.
we create a topic every 3 weeks, together. And the first 2 weeks, we start by let the students talk about the topic that we are going to talk about, that they are going to talk about. Like for example, here there is some in Arabic and English. So 3 things about myself, my city, my favorite social media, my hopes for the new year, the Arab world, whether in the Arab world and in the world. And this is the last one, my favorite activities in the city. So we start, this is the first week of the topic. So the students, I want to show you some, like I asked everybody, I told everyone that I will share the videos. So if you see here, all the students will create their videos talking about themselves. So this is the first 2 weeks. So the third week, comes the interpersonal one. So I will have a Google Doc, and the students will write his name and choose any 3 students to listen to them and reply to their videos by adding comments. Like for example, if you want to look here, so this is the students.
أهلا أنا اسمي هالي أنا أسكن في مدينة دالاس في تكساس وأنا أدرس في إرسلين هوايتي المفضلة الرقص والتصوير.
So what she said, she live in Dallas. So she live in Dallas. She's from Texas. Her name and she her hobbies are taking pictures.
أنا أحب كلبي Riley.
So she likes her dog. So the students will listen to it, and we go there, and they will start listen and reply. Like this is another student.
مرحبا يا هالي اسمي جاك وأسكن في الصين الآن عندي كلب أيضا اسمها ناديا.
So this student, this one. Imagine he live in China right now. He started like I think his school in Boston, but it's a boarding school. But because it's online, he's in China right now. And he said he's talking about his dog because she, you see.
كم عمر كلبك؟
So usually we ask the students to reply to them and ask a question. So his question was, how old is your dog? And you continue, you see like another one.
أهلا هذه أنا اسمي جاك أسكن في مدينة بوسطن في
So he live in Boston, this one, and his name is Jack.
ولاية ماساتشوستس وأحب كلبي ماكس.
And because she talks about dog, everybody saying, oh, and I have, me too, I have a dog, and his name is Max. And this is the
أهلا تشرفنا هالي أنا أيضا هوايتي المفضلة الرقص وأنا أحب تصوير.
So this is she said marhaba, like hi Hali, nice to meet you, and also my favorite hobby is dancing and taking pictures. And you see like continue like, and so we'll go. This is the 3 things about me right now. So at the beginning we started the project, we whenever we created a topic, like this is, let me see. The other thing, then I think also I forgot to add, each teacher will create a video. You see, like me, I will create a video, and the other teachers, there is a lot of, this is because it's a new, and we'll have more teacher creating video, so we will have more input. Actually, the funny thing is I use their videos, the teacher's videos, like let me look for a video here for a teacher. I use their videos for, so this is for another teacher.
مرحبا اسمي تمارا حداد وأنا مدرسة لغة عربية في مدرستي ترينيتي وبيل الثانويتين في مدينة يوليس في ولاية تكساس. 3 أشياء عني. أولاً أنا أصلاً من الأردن.
So so the students, before they create their own video, we ask them to listen to more than one teacher, so they will have more input, you know. And usually I will download the teacher videos to use it, for example, for listening listening practice. You know what I mean? Because they will like their video will be like 2 minutes sometimes and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Then
this is so helpful because I've heard, this is going to sound ridiculous, I love Flipgrid, but I've never seen anybody show like how they use it for like back and forth, kind of delayed, but delayed interpersonal. I've only ever done like what you did with teachers, where I have a whole bunch of teachers like reply, and then I've used it for like listening, but them responding to other students, I've just like, this is really nice being able to see it, because I've only heard people say that, but never how they did it.
And then I think Meredith is like, but you have to, okay, for me, I will time the students. It's not like I will give them as a homework during the class, okay, because I don't want them to, like I want them to listen and respond.
Right.
At least like this is my, like I tried my other ways. If I tell them to like do it at home, like they will keep stopping the video and listen and continue. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like this, like give them 5 minutes to respond to 3 students, or you know, and they will finish, and it's good. Like at least it's almost authentic. You know, like without practice, they are responding.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times, like things like you know, Snapchat, like if you're using, or WhatsApp, if you're using like Snapchat or WhatsApp, that's delayed interpersonal as well. Like even texting can be delayed, delay, and so it's not everything is immediate, like in the moment, you know. Absolutely.
Yeah, and this is what we are using, and for protection for the students, everything is like controlled by the teacher. So that's the teachers we should be like, for example, here, if you see this hand, we have to, you see, like this is hidden. Right. You see the video for the students, we have to listen to it and change it to active. Right. But we know the students, so it's active now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she can have. So this is how I use a Flipgrid. Right now, the other way I use it, also I use it with the, so like I said at the beginning, I do a lot of virtual exchange. So I will talk in details about them. So before I before I go to the virtual exchange, so this one, I planned this project actually in August. So I sent text message, like I talked with a group of, we did a video, like a Zoom meeting, and I gave the idea and they loved it. So we'll have, like I said, you see, like if you see like the responses, like 761 responses,
right,
like videos and stuff like that. So it was like it's an amazing opportunity, like amazing experience. So let me go back here to the oh, so this one, and also I use it with Morocco. Let me, I don't know, let me see, showing. So these are students from Morocco. We did, so this is an example from the students in Morocco, and the same thing. They will create a video and reply to each other. But in the students in Morocco, they will speak in English, and my students will speak in Arabic, because the students in Morocco, they are studying Arabic as a second. I'm sorry, they're studying English as a second language, and my students they do it in the, they study Arabic as a second language.
Right. Very cool.
So this is about the Flipgrid. Any question about it before?
I don't think so, and I don't see any in the chat either. I think that's right. Katie's like, Katie said she's furiously taking notes. Yeah. So Katie, I can't remember what you said you teach. Kate, Spanish. Okay. I've got one you could see, Katie. I'll find the link, because I can send you, I have like a whole like grid of like Spanish cooking videos where a bunch of different teachers did like what Fadi's showing, and that might help get your thoughts started. Fadi, Senorita Gray said, did you use Grid Pals to find kids in Morocco? Like, how did you pair them up with other students?
This is a good question. You will see it right now, because I will share with you some project. I am doing it right now with Morocco.
We read your mind. Cool.
Okay. So let me go on to the next slide. So this is one project, and it is for Arabic. I think you can find for Spanish, French. It's called a Global Voices Initiative. Global Voices Initiative. And this is my 11th year doing this project with them. So, and why there is Spanish? Because in Morocco, they speak Spanish also. On the north side of Morocco, we have students, they do French also, because some countries, they speak French. So the Global Voices Initiative, it is designed to connect classroom in the United States with a school in the Middle East in order to establish relationship with their peers. Cool. And we use art and music. So so usually we'll have a video conference. I'm partnership with, I did it with Qatar, with Jordan, with Palestine, with Morocco. Right now I'm doing it with Morocco. So usually we'll have a video conference with them, with the students over there or the school, and the students will decide on subjects, or they are going to do like what subject they are going to write about. Usually we'll so the project usually is writing plays. So my students will write plays in Arabic, Arabic, and over there they will write plays in English, and they exchange the plays. And my students will act out the students in Morocco's plays and the opposite. And it's nice because they do it live. We will have another video conference where they share their plays, with each other. So during that time, like usually the project is 3 or 4 months. What we do is we will have another 2 video conferences in order to have we'll have communication, talk about something, 3 things about myself. my city. I will show you some of the topics that the students talk to each other about. And usually, and then I think because already it's online, it's easier to do it like this.
Right.
So we have breakout rooms, and the students will talk to each other in the target language. And usually the funniest thing, the best time is the end of each video conference where the students start sharing their social medias account.
Absolutely.
And usually also the funny, they will start, like for example, the students in Morocco, they will start singing in English.
Absolutely.
A song, they know it, and my students will sing together. So this is right now. Usually we do plays, but because it's difficult right now, when all the students are studying online, we try to do it where they write their own songs in Arabic and in English. So I will show you right now a part of a part of a song that the students created together, the students in Morocco and the students in Chicago.
Very cool. Yes, please.
I think you will like it. So these students are Arabic 1 and 2. Can you hear it or no?
Not
Wait.
yet.
Right now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So this is at the beginning. This is the art. So this is before the pandemic. Then no. So become everything online now. Let me see. Let me go back to the final bracket. I'm sorry. Like you see, then the lockdown happened. During the video conference. Look how they are doing TikTok.
That's so cool.
Did you like it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the name of the series. Okay, let me see how to scale. Okay.
Man.
Okay. So this is this is what we did it last year. Right now we are doing it, the project, but
Cool.
instead of that we are using something called sound trap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So a lot of students are creating with the tunes and the music. They are creating stories,
Right.
love stories. So they are saying the song like they are saying the stories.
Yeah.
And we don't know the project, like they didn't finish yet, so we didn't see the end project. And usually we meet every Fridays. Every Friday we work in this project.
Okay.
So it's called the Global Voices Initiative.
Cool. Man, that's got to take a lot of planning too, because it's one thing to plan, like we said, interpersonal with the teacher, interpersonal with other students, even
Yeah.
like native speakers at school. Okay, cool. But to plan like regular, organized interpersonal with people outside is like a lot of planning.
But this is like they stay with the students,
Cool.
like they build connection, they build friendship.
Cool.
And like for me, like my students until now, they even after this project finish, they will stay in connection with the other students in Morocco or in
Absolutely.
Arab world.
Mhm. Very cool.
So this is Global Voices, and this is for Arabic. If you wanna search for it, and if I know the director, her name is Arlene, and she's like she retired, like she used to be a teacher, a French teacher, I think, and she's doing this project. She connected schools from the United States with the schools in Morocco.
Right. Wow. Very cool. Yeah. Well, and increasing the audience too. Like so many times we just get them speaking again, like right in front of them, but what about other people and places? Yeah.
And
Very
the nice thing, when we do a video conference, usually each three students, I will give them a number.
Mm,
So when we do the video conference with the students in Morocco, the same thing. So we'll call the numbers. For example, group number one. The group number one will come to the front of the camera, and they don't know what they are going to talk about. And we give them the time, the student, because they will start talking in Arabic to each other,
cool.
and don't know the questions, and they don't know anything. This is my and we don't help them, yeah,
Right.
and you will be surprised how, and we force them to speak just Arabic,
Mhm.
and you will be surprised how they try their best to speak the language and stuff like that. It's like, and usually but we ask him sometimes, like for example, before the video conference, we have some topics to talk about, like with the when we do the video conference.
Right.
It's not like, for example, topics to get to know you. One, this is for Global Voices. So about my city, they are going to talk about their cities, and the students in Morocco, they will do the same thing, and they will ask questions. Um, talk about their favorite ice cream, the best meal in town, the best, you know what I mean? Like we will think
Yeah.
of something, and the students will talk about it during the video conference. A
Very
special holiday, my favorite sport, and stuff like that. And all of these, like it depends. Like usually for example, and when I did it with Arabic 3, they talk about their social media,
Mm,
and actually they did it was more like talking about positive and negative of user social media, like me and social media here. Like talk about, they'll start talking about the social media, positive and negative, and they will talk about it during the video conference. was fun. Yeah. And the nice thing about Morocco, the time difference is 5 hours. So usually my students will be at 9 o'clock and over 6 hours, I'm sorry. Over there, it will be 3 o'clock. And they will finish school usually around 5 in Morocco. Because in Morocco, you will start the day and you leave home at 12 o'clock and come back 2 o'clock. You leave home, you leave to go to your house in order to eat lunch and come back at 2 o'clock afternoon.
Right.
Another project I'm doing with the students is Abbar virtual exchange. And this one also, we did it last, I'm doing it this year, but in 2019, I got a grant from QFI where we did the project virtual exchange, and at the end I took 11 students to Morocco and we visited the school over there, and it's amazing. This is my best, like, you know, it's best time teaching. Like when I saw the students talking face to face with the students who used to talk to them in virtual exchange, and it's amazing. It was amazing. Abbar means express. And usually when we do this video conference, we talk about something that is important for the youth, like talking about culture, identity, stereotyping. So for example, this activity, if you see the picture, so the students will draw his picture in the middle, and around, like, they will share the 6 most important cultural or things in the culture that important to him or her, and they will start during, like, they will start talking about it to the students overseas, and the students overseas, they will do the same. So it's a YouTube, but I wanna forward to the end when the students visited the schools in Morocco, in Casablanca. This is a nice show if you don't watch it. Okay. So this is our so these are students. I want to move on. So we visited houses over there, and this is couscous. I don't know if you find it. Look, I'm teaching how to eat in Arab, teach with their hand. Look. Oh my God. And this is the Moroccan tea.
خبير يا معلم خبير.
And so here the students, they stayed in a village for 3 days, and they stayed in a host family. You see here. Let me start. You see they are cooking. Yeah. This is the host family. Like, we divided the students, and they speak, of course, Arabic. We forced them to speak Arabic. They did henna and stuff like that. Okay, so here are, I'm sorry. Okay, this is the school. So this is part of the video. So the best thing, like if you, I ask my students, what is the best thing in the trip? They told me when they visited the school. That's it. We stayed for a whole day over there.
Wow.
And my school is in a poor neighborhood. You see, like we like it's a selective enrollment school, but most of the students in the school are like free lunch school or something like that. But when they went there, like for example, they went to the physics lab. There is nothing. Like it's a small room and there is nothing in it. The library, it's a small room, and and they will shock because already, oh my God, the situation is very bad over there. And usually they realize when they did a video conference, usually the students moved from their classes in Morocco to go to the library in order to have the video conference.
Wow.
So when until now, so for example, this student, she graduated right now. She's like, they build good relationship with the students in Morocco, and they are still like they communicate with each other. They have Facebook account together or something. They contact each other and stuff like that. So these are one of the projects. I have two projects. Usually yearly, I do it with the students for virtual exchange.
Very cool. You're taking it to the next level. Like, your students have so many opportunities to use the language. It's incredible.
Yeah, this like when I start beginning, I didn't feel real, I didn't like real when talking to each other. It's all bland and it's not
absolutely
not authentic. You know what I mean? I want them to put them in the situation when they are talking to each other. So because of that, I look a lot for opportunities for the students to travel overseas. We apply for a program called Nestle. So I have Nestle. This is from I think it's for critical languages.
Okay.
So the students apply and they go overseas to stay for 5 weeks or a whole year. And I have a lot of students are doing that, like yearly students. Right now, we have another project called another grant called CIEE. CIEE, and I will have 7 students going to Morocco during the summertime, and also 4 students going to different countries. So there is different. They will stay for 1 month, and they will use the target language over there.
Oh wow, wow, man, you're giving me a lot to think about. I need to. I need to do. We've talked a lot in our school, being with so many Spanish teachers. We have Spanish, Chinese, German, French, Latin. Spanish, Chinese, German, French, Latin. Yeah, 5 languages, and we've talked a lot about like getting our students learning Spanish, talking to the students in like the native speaker and heritage speaker class. And I really need to get on that. And then also look at some exchange programs like these, or the one that Abughoush Patel does with the Happy Foundation, like super cool.
And also check for, I had another organization, sister city, like there's something called sister city, for example, Chicago, Casablanca.
Right.
Together with the students in Morocco, it's called the STEAM Museum, where the students in the groups create a project using art, science, and stuff like that. And they got a grant from Stevenson Initiative, so you can apply for it, like for any school. Stevenson Initiative, and this is a good organization too.
Wow. And
so this is the next one is GoFormative, and I don't know, I think most of you will know it, and you are expert in it. So
I love GoFormative.
So GoFormative, I use it for let me this one last time. Where is my account? Okay. Do you have this extension?
No.
Move it. So whenever you are sharing something, every 20 minutes, it will appear in front of everyone.
No way.
It's called like 10 jumping jack, and the students will do it. So
Oh,
every
cool.
20 minutes, you decide every how many minutes.
Oh, very cool.
And different activity will be different activity. I cannot move until I do done. You see?
Like, okay, fine.
So this is my usually this is what I do with the interpersonal speaking using GoFormative. So for example, I go create a new. So I add contact. So I usually I add audio. I will start recording. Is it recording?
Woo.
مرحبا كيف الحال? How was your كيف نهاية الأسبوع and stuff like that. Okay. So usually and then add, and the students will add audio response. So I will have different, like I will record many questions, many like 3-4 questions.
Right.
And the students then I will do assigned, and we have Arabic 3 students. I will assign it to them, or you can do it as guest students. Assign, and of course, and then I will share it with the students. And the students at the beginning of the school year, at the beginning, I'm sorry, at the beginning of the class, I will share the link with them, and the students will start recording the video or response. So the students, they don't know the questions.
Right.
They don't know the questions. So they will listen to the question and they will record their answers. So different, like we'll have 3 or 4 questions.
This is one of my favorite uses of GoFormative, and I put in the chat too, if anybody wants examples. I have all of mine. They're in Spanish, but you can have examples of mine, because this is one of my favorite ways. This is really the only way besides this and Flipgrid that we've done any kind of interpersonal. And the nice thing is this year, so again, confession, but the nice thing is it's a lot like the AP test, because the AP test, they hear it and then it goes beep and they record a response. And so this is what we've made a lot of our just everyday like listening is. So it's like the listening, like you said, and then the speaking. And it's been really nice because, like you said, they don't know the question, and it's harder to just like Google Translate with a reading. They can like look it up or type it in. They can still like have their phone listen to it as they play it, but they're going to have to work a little harder to get some help. And it's really nice because then you can grade their responses quickly and individually.
Yes, and then I think you can time it like
yeah.
Okay, in the class. Okay, you have the link. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you cannot submit anything. That's it. So this is my favorite thing right now. I'm using it for interpersonal speaking or communication. Then I think also about it's free for a whole month if you sign up for it, and then you are going to pay, unless you ask a school to pay for it. It's $15. I pay $15 every month. But then I think about it, I keep all the work. Like I see all, like usually you can compare all the students from the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year.
Right, exactly.
Very speaking.
Love it. Yeah, I love GoFormative for interpersonal and like interpersonal writing, because if they I love the comment feature that you can like comment just to them. So you might say, oh, I love to dance. Actually, my dad is a professional dancer, like in some kind of writing response or in some kind of speaking. And I love that you can like record back or type in the language. Oh my gosh, your dad's a professional dancer. That's so cool. And then the students can write back. And now it's almost like you're commenting back and forth, like really casually, but it's really nice. And you can, kind of interact that way too, which I think is cool.
And I use it for reading also, like reading.
Oh, I use it for everything.
I use it for, like you can use it for everything, and it's a nice. Definitely, I will stay using it when everybody will be like in the classroom.
Oh my gosh, same. I'm gonna use it like still and just like use it with shorter assignments. Absolutely.
Okay, so because we have 6 minutes, let me go on. So the other thing that I will no, not this one. The other thing I will share is games that I use. Like, for example, this is a whole, not the game, we'll decide. I don't know if you use it or not.
No, what is it?
We'll decide. Oh my God, I want to show it.
I'm so excited.
For sure you don't use it? Oh my God, something you don't. Oh my God, this is new. So we'll decide. It's free. You will go there and you see, like, you add as many questions as you want over here.
No way.
As many questions. Then, like, let me look for something ready. Okay. So this is so this is my brain break. We'll decide. So I will add all the brain breaks. We have brain breaks. I will click on it. So imagine these questions are in Spanish.
Cool.
And you click on it, and the students will start answering the questions. And usually I encourage them to do a follow-up questions. Usually what I do when we have it online, I share with all of them the link like this. I will share it with them. Then in the breakout rooms, one of them will click on it, and in the group, they will start talking about the questions. And for example, like, if you wanna, what did you do over the weekend? And they will start talking, and I encourage them to do like follow-up question and stuff like that. So this is another way of using, and I use it usually like a lot, like every other day I use, even if we did calendar talk, for example. And what is the weather day? What is today? What is the when is, like, they will answer, how do you feel today? And it will be like from the Will Decide, and it's free. And when you save it as your favorite, like this here.
Cool.
Yes, like you click on the favorite.
Oh, perfect.
So, okay, this is when usually I do it when in person more. Usually I type, like, if I have 20 students, I will type 20 questions. And when the students enter the classroom, I will start playing music, and the students will start dancing. When I stop the music, they will find a partner and will start talking and asking the question. Then at the end, after they finish asking the question, they will swap the cards. Then I play the music again, and they dance and will stop, and they will ask the question again. Usually this is nice because already in like less than 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the students will ask 20 questions and answer 20 questions. Like, I think, so this is the card talk.
I love it. I love card talk. Anything that's like, like low preparation, but you get a lot of repetition out of. Like, once it's made, it's made. Yeah, and it's like ready to go. I'll share a link in the chat of, I do something similar, kind of inspired by card talk, and a teacher whose name I forgot in Kentucky, who has like a whole roster. She gives her whole class the whole roster. And then if you've got like 5 or 10 questions that like are from the whole unit that kind of guide the unit, it's the same thing. Like, turn on some music, find somebody you haven't talked to, ready, go. Or if you have a language lab, you can just like randomly pair them up, and it, pops back and forth. So super cool. Oh, I love that. You're making me look forward to next year and the things that we'll hopefully be able to do again. Ooh.
So this is yeah, I know. This is weekend chat, and I think most of you will know it because I learned it from you, and another one.
Love it.
Yeah. So this is the same thing, but I changed to Arabic. You see, like, we'll have we start like activity in the weekend, so the students will like, I will share it with everyone. Cool. The students will answer, I ate in a restaurant, check. I watched Netflix. I went to the mall, stuff like that. Then they will read it and they will do check or X. Then at the end, we'll put them in groups, and the students will ask these questions, the same question, and they will write the names, and they will ask each other, like, you know, and do follow-up questions. Usually at the end, I will ask them to write. So kitaba is writing, they will write their finding and stuff like that, and it will help them, because in Arabic there is the pronouns and there is different conjugation of the verb and stuff like that. We have 7 o'clock now, so
wow, that's awesome. Have you I put the link for is it possible to share the Arabic weekend chat in the chat, or the slides with me later, and then I'll share?
I could share it now.
Is that okay? Do you mind? Yay! Oh, that's so fun. I'm sure people would really, because I've only ever seen it in Spanish, French, I think Chinese, maybe German. So that would be incredible.
I will share the whole document.
Wow. Thanks, Fadi.
So you can copy link. I will stop sharing.
Oh, incredible. Shukran. Shukran.
And I will here.
Awesome.
So this is the document. This is the presentation, and you can.
Thank you so much. Wow.
So this is there is a game at the end. I didn't talk about it, but you can take your time and do it. This is more in person.
Cool. Oh, well, like we said at the beginning, yeah, so many things, like with interpersonal, it's like, oh, I love this in person. I love this, but in person, like a normal, whatever that means, a regular year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been hard this year. Fadi, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing it all. And you hit on some of my all-time favorites, like weekend chat and just getting them like talking to different students. But like you said, it's, you know, we can only make it so authentic in the classroom. And so you've really got my wheels turning. I need to step up my game in getting my students talking with maybe other students or people in other places and doing things like that, because you're incredible at that. And I think that might be my next step. Definitely.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Of course, Fadi. Yay. When will I see you next?
The actual is online. I don't know, like.
Yeah. Maybe Nectful, maybe Central, maybe next spring. Oh,
hopefully, yes.
It's gonna be a while. Yay. Well, thanks everybody. Happy Thursday. And Fadi, thank you so much. I really super appreciate you and your time and everything you shared. Yes, Stephanie. His students are so lucky. and we're so lucky. So thank you so much, Fadi.
Welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everybody.